Hello. Don't know what happened there. Crazy technology. Let's see. I got to send this new link to Dr. Steph. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened, everybody. Sorry about the buffering. I saw the comments there when we were doing the controllers X audio feedback, and you were talking about it freezing and all that kind of stuff. This is Google Hangouts, I think. I don't know what else to tell you there. There's Steph.
Hey, I made it back.
Yay.
Yay. Hopefully everyone got the message.
Yeah.
Because I was going to leave the other window open just for a moment to make sure people were making it there, but it made me exit completely when I came here.
Well, let's see. Yeah. Hopefully they'll figure it out.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. So that was Controller Zach and his commentary about the surveillance approaches and the confusion between gyro, no gyro surveillance approaches and the ATIS information and why they're required to give that or say that to us, kind of the CYA cover your assets.
Yes.
So
cover your donkeys.
Yeah. Your what?
Donkeys?
Okay. Yes, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's continue on, shall we, for another 15 minutes or so?
Sounds good.
Okay. Swedish Jim writes in, do the pilot seats in the Mad Dog 777A330 have heating/cooling? If not, why? Or why not? I guess it's like in the car. You get cool, warm, especially after long hours of flying. And why, oh, why don't they have massage Dr. Steph?
Is that me specifically?
Yes, I don't know. Why can't you be on all these flights?
I don't know. I tried. It was a lot of work.
Yeah, too much work. Better pilot environment should be prioritized out of a
safety standpoint.
Safety standpoint. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. I like Swedish Jim. I like his ideas. So the seats being heated, cooled, really don't need that. I can see it in a car because you come out to your car and it's been like super heated or super cooled, and you want to get that cooling or heating effect rapidly. So heating the seat.
And my car doesn't have that.
No, mine doesn't.
Fancy.
But on an airplane, you're in that environment where the cooling and heating system hopefully has been on for a while, and so everything should be at a good temperature by the time you actually go and sit down on the seat. But I don't know, maybe the 777 does have heated seats, or maybe the A330 does have heated seats. I don't know. I can tell you right now, my Mad Dog doesn't even have electric seats. It's all, manual.
Yeah, I got to pull on the handle and move the seat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard.
It's all right. Same thing with my car. My car's got nothing fancy on it.
It's just one more thing to break.
Exactly. So I don't buy that stuff.
And he goes on, purely aerobatically, is there anything that the 777 A330 or the Mad Dog can do that the other one can't? You know what? I'm going to go ahead. I hope you don't mind, Swedish Jim. I'm going to go ahead and refile this one for the next show. Because I think
you and Miami Rick need to debate this one.
He might have something to say about all this too.
Mm-hmm.
What might be interesting now is to hear from Carl He, and this is really good. You might remember that he's been a feedback contributor for some time, and he has been doing all kinds of things to try to get into this career field. And well, let you hear him tell us about his journey and where he is now.
Hello, Captain Jeff and the lovely co-host of Airline Pilot Guy. This is your long-time listener, Carl He from Taiwan. I'm sending you this feedback to thank you for the great show and share my personal story with the APG community, if you don't mind. I got interested in aviation in 2012 by playing PC Flight Simulator, and I began to learn about flying and the airline pilot career by reading books or finding information on the internet. My girlfriend, she knew about my interest, and she found airline pilot guy show on iTunes. Then she recommended me to listen to this podcast. So I joined the airline pilot guy community since episode 57. Your show really helped me to become familiar with the airline industry. So in 2014, I decided to start application to the airline companies to receive initial training. In Taiwan, we don't have much choice. When I started the application, there was only Company A and Company B available in Taiwan. I applied both of the companies. I went well with Company A, but my application was rejected by Company B. When I was waiting for the outcome of Company A, Company C offered its opportunity. I also sent the application to Company C. However, it was rejected again. So I thought, Company A is my only chance. Unfortunately, I failed the interview with Company A. When I was informed about the interview results, for a moment, it was a sad situation. But this is not the end. Company A said to me, "We are in collaboration with Company D. Why don't you give it a shot?" I was very surprised to know about this opportunity because this information is not disclosed publicly. I know that was my only chance, so I applied Company D right away. Fortunately, I passed the interview with Company D and has been selected the trainee pilot. That means the traffic light for me to join the aviation world is going green. I would like to encourage the guys and gals in the APG community, do not give up on what do you really want to do. You have to prepare as much, as hard as possible, make friends who has a similar goal, and persist. I believe your dream will finally come true. So thank you, Captain Jeff, for the great show. Please keep it coming. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, Carl, for sending us that audio feedback, and congratulations for making it to a little loud, sorry.
Extra enthusiastic.
Yes.
Applause.
Congratulations on getting hired by that company. I lost track. Was that D?
Yes, it was D.
Yeah. And so I think he, from what I gathered there, he's still in the training phase of that whole
Right.
process.
I thought he said he was accepted.
Yeah. So you're going to have to continue to listen to our show and continue to send us feedback to let us know how that is all going for you, because I'm sure there are many people that want to do the same thing, and they would love to, benefit from your experience doing that, going through that.
Absolutely.
And of course, he served up the softball on several things, like sad situation, going green. So I'll probably fit those in the audio version.
Post-production.
Yeah, post-production. All right. Thank you, Carl, again for your great feedback and congratulations. I'm thrilled to hear about your latest news. Let's see. I'm going to probably save that one. Jim Popovich sent a link, a YouTube video of an Eclipse 550 taxiing down a street in Palm Springs, California. And of course, it's like something that I guess it's a street that is accessed by or near the airport there or something. I don't know. You look at the video; it's pretty cool. But I guess they have a bunch of airplanes in a parade close by the airport going down a boulevard, which they have of course cordoned off so that there is no auto traffic as well.
Right. This one wasn't like the previous video that you had where it was
No,
not intentional.
where that guy was sitting there with his dash cam and he goes,
It catches
What?
the plane going by. Like that wasn't something you see every day.
yeah. All right. So I guess they must do that every year. So thank you, Jim, for sending that. Another link that we'll have a link to in the notes is this great video from the National Oceanographic what is it? National Oceanographic
And atmospheric administration.
That's easy to say, isn't it? No.
It's a tongue twister.
The NOAA. Let's just say NOAA. They crew braves 235 mile per hour.
That one's not difficult. Miles per hour.
Pilots braving 235 mile per hour winds to fly into the eye of Hurricane Patricia, courtesy of NOAA. And we'll have a link to that in the show notes. And this was sent in to me by Stuart Thompson. And he says, in Edmonton, formerly Scotland. And it was pretty interesting. You can see the crew there, and you can see the radar display and them kind of entering the eye wall and then inside the eye. And it's pretty neat and pretty impressive turbulence and heavy rain hitting the windscreen. I was
right.
Like, glad it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Flying through the eye wall of a hurricane.
Doesn't sound like a
sounds intense.
Oh, you know what? I should play this. I meant to do this when we started recording this part of the show, and many of you heard, and I think that I saw some of you talking about this in the chat room earlier. There was a military, or is a military surveillance blimp that broke free of its mooring at APG.
It's our blimp.
Yeah. And apparently when I was listening earlier today, when I was driving home from the airport, it was still flying. And
yeah, last I heard, unless something's changed in the past hour and a half, it was still loose.
Nope, they actually...
did they get it?
It's down.
It's down. Okay.
Yeah, it returned to Earth after a 4-hour, 160-mile power line snapping odyssey. NORAD spokesman Michael Kacharik said that the runaway aircraft was on the ground near Moreland Township, Pennsylvania, 160 miles north of its mooring in Edgewood, and was deflating. The blimp had slowly been losing helium. In this article, it says losing helium. It's losing. 1-0.
Loosing. Loosening.
And appears to have drifted to the ground. Pennsylvania State Police Trooper Angela Bieber, Justin Bieber's sister, I think.
Relative. Close.
Yeah. Said the balloon was contained, quote unquote. It's no longer moving, she said. So they said that in the midst of its journey, it took out a bunch of power lines. I guess there was 6,700 feet of cable trailing from the sucker.
Whoops.
And, it took out a bunch of power lines, and I don't know how many people lost their power because of it.
That's an interesting reason to have your power go out.
Yeah.
My power went out for a couple hours because a blimp ran into the...
Yeah, that's crazy. I guess the tether the cable can be as long as like 10,000 feet. It can get up to 3,000 meters in height.
Wow.
This is something that they've been experimenting with. I think it's the U.S. Army that is in control or the authority on this whole thing, and it's called the J-Lens. It's a 243-foot long helium-filled aerostat, part of an over-the-horizon surveillance system being tested at the Aberdeen Proving Ground. I'd just like to call it APG. And let's see. So I thought, JLENS, what the heck does that stand for? Well, of course, it stands for Joint Land Attack Cruise Missile Defense Elevated Netted Sensor System.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, well, I should have. Now I know why they call it JLENS. It's so much easier. Anyway, so I'll put a link to the JLENS Wikipedia article so you can find out more about this device, this aviation vehicle, I guess we could call it.
Right. Micah says, not a blimp, an aerostat.
Not a blimp, it's an aerostat.
We'll get it right. I'm sorry.
How silly of me to call it a blimp. Or I didn't. Well, I was just.
I did.
Everybody
called it a blimp.
That's what they were saying in the news.
Because the news is right.
Of course, they're always right.
Established that many, many times.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? I think that this is the time that we're going to just end 192. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? Especially those who have been trying to watch this live and hanging in there. Thanks for hanging in there with us, because the technology has failed us a few times, but we got it done. So again, thank you everyone for hanging out with us. Dr. Steph, thank you for joining me again for the second part of this show. And Rick,
absolutely.
if you're listening to this, we really missed you, and we look forward to having you on our next show.
Come back soon, Rick.
Please
we miss you.
Fly safely. Stay away from those lithium ion batteries, please. And finally, if you want to learn more about the show, head over to airlinepilotguy.com. There you'll find the show notes for all of our shows, links to all the shows, ways that you can listen, watch, subscribe via iTunes, find out about the Coffee Fund, etc., etc. So check it out, airlinepilotguy.com. And until next episode, wishing you all clear skies, unlimited visibility, and tailwinds. Take care. God bless.
Bye, everyone.
Can you hear my stomach growling?
Can you hear mine?
No.
I think mine's just digesting. I've been eating McDonald's this entire time. My stomach's going, what is this awful food you're putting in?
Did you leave my post during one of the feedback? I think it was Controller Zach's feedback. I left my desk to go tell my wife and my daughter upstairs that I wasn't going to be joining them for dinner, but please save a plate for me. So I still have that to look forward to.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured I should grab food on my way here because it's late now and no one's cooking for me. So if I was going to start dinner now, I'd be cooking for myself and it'd be
You're on your own.
Yeah.
On your own. So again, stay tuned for episode 193, where you're going to hear that fun voice feedback from Nick. And looks like Barton has some voice feedback. I think we also received some from Taj and Captain Al and Ben Buckner. And
lots of voice feedback.
More. And some aviation navigator humor from Mike Dell. And
hey, but guess what?
What?
We're caught up to today. Everything says today.
Oh, that's awesome.
Today, except for one from 2 days ago. But that's it.
And this one from, did you see the video that Zach Walker sent in? Where the new, it's called Aviation Disaster.
No, I haven't seen this yet. This was one of the ones I couldn't pull up while I was at physical therapy.
Luckily with that one, there was there's no way to tell, but there's no audio too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't click on it.
It's kind of funny when you watch that one. Pay close attention to the kind of the last scenario and what happens with the airplane with the pilots still in it.
Okay.
It's not a good ending for the pilots.
No.
So
I'll watch that.
Anyway, so thanks everyone for hanging out with us, and I'll be doing the editing tomorrow and the show notes and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully have this released late tomorrow night or Friday. And think about me in California this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
To all of you, thank you. Much appreciated.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All right. Let's see. Let me get back to this window and turn it off.